Welcome back. Mr. Maurer here for Asynchronous Task 3. Asynchronous Task 3 talks about a super important concept, standard deviation. Standard deviation is something that you will see if you go on to take many science classes use standard deviation. Psychology uses standard deviation a lot. This is something that is a really important topic for just being an educated person. So, what are you going to be doing? Students will practice visualizing, calculating, and interpreting the standard deviation as a measure of variability or spread. So, I'll be honest, it's a bit of a pain in the butt to calculate standard deviation by hand. You're going to have to do that. But also, the bigger focus is, what does it tell you? What does it mean? Why do we care about the standard deviation? So, that's your task guiding question. What is the standard deviation, and what does it tell us about a distribution of data? So here's a quick rundown of your activities. You're going to do a Desmos standard deviation introduction, about 20 minutes of that, where you're looking at some data and trying to compare different data sets and think about what bigger or smaller standard deviations tell you about the data set. And then we got a couple videos. I think for a lot of people, watching videos is a really important way of learning this. Make sure you're using your video skills, rewatching it, speeding it up, slowing it down, pausing it. Couple different looks at the standard deviation. First is more how it's calculated, then how you can visualize it, and then from U Cubed and Joe Bowler, it kind of does both the calculation and the visualization. Then you're going to do a worksheet on measuring variability. You'll get the joy of actually calculating it by hand. I hope that helps you get a grasp on like what are we really measuring when we say standard deviation. And then, of course, finishing up with your reflection, some questions that are there on a Google form. All right, enjoy. Standard deviation is a really important topic. So make sure if you have questions, you bring those back for small group instruction.